2, 3. Hi, welcome to 5 Minute Monday. I'm Tommy Harden. Hope you had a good week. Today we're going to continue our talk on shuffles, and we're going to do a really fun beat. Probably spend the whole time on it because it's pretty complicated, but it's called the Purdie Shuffle. It's basically a beat. It's a combination of a couple of different songs. One of them is called "Fool in the Rain" by Led Zeppelin. You should check that out. John Bonham was a genius. He was just amazing. And the other is Bernard Purdie, which is why it's named after him, created this particular version of the beat for a song called, there's two Steely Dan songs called Babylon Sisters and Home at Last. And then it was later adapted by Jeff Porcaro in a bunch of other songs, one of the most famous being Rosanna from Toto. So we're going to learn this. It's called the Purdie Shuffle, and let's get right down to it. Basically, we learned our double time shuffle last week, which so that's our double time shuffle. The Purdie Shuffle is basically a halftime shuffle. So halftime will be, that's halftime. Now the Purdie Shuffle, what you're doing is with your right hand, you're still doing the shuffle beat that we learned in the double time. 2, 3, 4. And what we're going to do is in the left hand, we're going to take the triplets that we don't play in the right hand, and we're going to play the other triplet with the left hand. So after you get comfortable with that, then what we're going to do is we're going to add the backbeat, and this is where it gets a little tricky. So you're going. Now, you can even add a third beat if you want to. It's kind of not really necessary, but it's kind of fun to do. But I'll just throw that in there. You can mess with that, but that's not really necessary. So let's add the kick drum in to our beat. So 1, 2, 1. Okay, so that's the Purdie Shuffle. Now it's gonna take a little bit of practice. It took me a while to get it, but once you get it, it's absolutely a joy to play. So what you're going to need to do is start with some really simple kick drum patterns on it. Maybe add some 16ths into it. So experiment with that. The Rosanna beat, which everybody knows, is that thing with the hands that we talked about with 3, 4. 4. Okay, so that is so much fun to play. I'll tell you, you kind of need to just kind of work up to throwing fills in and then throwing some open hat in. So experiment with the open hat, different kick drum patterns. In fact, come up with like 10 kick drum patterns and try to go in and out between one kick drum pattern to another kick drum pattern to another one without dropping the groove. So, you know. Anyway, I have personally used this beat twice in the last 2 weeks in the studio, and I'd like to add a couple thoughts on it. And one of them is, once you get it down, and this is the way I used it both times, is you don't necessarily have to use the hand thing. In other words, you don't have to play it all the time. You don't have to play it 100% of the time. Experiment with playing a regular halftime feel and just throwing in a little bit of the Purdie Shuffle. So, and here's how you do that. Something like this. 2, 3. Personally, what I like to do is, part of studio drumming is listening. You've got to listen. You've got to listen to what the other players are doing. You've got to listen to the singer. You have to listen to the singer. So if the song is plowing along and it feels good to play a Purdie Shuffle, play it. If what you're doing is stepping all over the singer, then it's all for nothing. What you need to do as a drummer is you've got to support the singer. So in other words, anything that you do is got to enhance the song. It's got to build that song up and not detract from it. In other words, you don't want somebody listening to that song to not be listening to the lyric and to the words because there's too much drum stuff going on. So pick your spots, put it in an appropriate place. If it's like a song like Rosanna, where you can play it the whole song, then man, go for it. And that was perfect on that song, how he did that. It was that song absolutely is just genius. But if it's the type of situation where you just want to throw it in as a flavor for a few seconds, then do that. So anyway, that's your 5-Minute Monday for today. And do me a favor, tweet me, and if you go on the website, I'm going to put on the blog site, I'll give a list of a few songs to check out that show the Purdie Shuffle. There's some more stuff. A lot of it is like Al Jarreau. Like there's some Jarreau songs that Porcaro played. Porcaro was just a genius at this. So check that out and study these songs and have fun with this. This is a really, really fun groove to play. And hope to see you next week, and we'll talk some more. And give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to talk more about the Purdie Shuffle or if you have any other questions about it. And I really, really appreciate all your comments. I'm getting a lot of comments from people. So have a great week. I'll see you next week. God bless. Talk to you soon. Bye.